All right, let's get these clubs finished so these guys can hit them. Welcome back to the McGolf shop, and we are in the final stages of putting these clubs together, or finishing them up as per se. And the last thing, once we've got them dried, ferrule's done, grips are on, lengths are right, everything there, the last thing, and probably one of the more crucial things, is checking the loft and lie of these clubs. Because the worst thing you can have is if you hit two clubs the same distance, or one the toe digs in and the rest don't. So they have to be uniform. And when you're going in half-inch increments, the lie angles go in half-degree increments. So what I'm doing is I'm checking this. And what I'm looking for us is basically a standard setup. And with the clubs, since the Orcas, and they're gorgeous, and I don't want to scratch them, so you got to be kind of gentle with the coating that's on them. And you think, well, why is that? Because you're going to hit them. Well, yeah, but that's dirt to metal. This is metal to metal, and this is really hard stuff, where that's really soft stuff. And so what I'm going to do is, on my Mitchell machine, I check for both the loft and lie. I record it down over here, and then if I need to, then I bend it into the shape so that there's a nice, even progression. So what does the lie angle do for us? Well, the lie angle is how we interact the turf. Now, it's not at address, and 99% of the time you might actually be a little bit toe up when you go to address, because the shaft bends down when you swing. So if you see yourself a little toe up, that might not be a bad thing. All right, and everybody wants to check their divot patterns, whether they're going to the left or to the right. Well, I'm telling you folks, that's just swing path. All right, what you're looking for is how much of that divot is in there. If you're in there and it's a really small divot, maybe you are digging the toe or the heel. Or if it's really fat, you might be getting it all. So keep that in mind when you're looking at lie angles. We do lie testing here just as a single test by itself. And when you have forged clubs like these and you play a lot of golf, you want to check this at least every 6 months to a year, depending on how much you play. Because they're soft, you're doing a lot of beating against the ground, and there's a real opportunity for these things to get out of shape. So get near a club maker that has a loft and lie capability, and then that way your clubs will always be ready for you when you're ready. Okay? Now, before I get started, I always like to give a little love to the guys at 2GG Apparel. You can't notice they have a line of hats. This is their trucker hat, and they also have a fitted hat. Very, very simple, very cool logo. And today I got the wolf shirt on. Again, it's still fitting very well. Normally when you go from style to style, they change, but so far they haven't. Orka, if you got to look at these guys, if you want something logoed, this is the way to go, because they mill that logo in there. All right. But there are other clubs, if you don't, they have a real nice forging line that's from Japan. They have a CTI, which is a really great game improver type club, and their drivers are all square. So if you're a player, you probably will end up liking these. So let's get to this making the lie angles. So what I'm doing is I set it up. Okay, I've got it in here so it's nice and level. I check it, and I'm looking for 61 and 26, and I've got 1 degree I've got to change. Like I said, I want to be a little gentle here. Give it a little bit of a tug or a push. I go and I re-measure it. Always check the lie angle again, and it came out to what I want, so I'm going to give them that number so I don't forget, because there's a lot to do. And that's doing the loft and lies. So after this is done, I'm going to clean them up, we'll lay them out, and I'll take a series of pictures, and we'll call it done, and we'll send it out to them. And we'll see you when we get ready on the finished product. Well, here's the final product, and what you're looking at right now is the pure grips that we put on, and obviously the one on the left is a white mid-size, the one in the middle is a standard, and then the one on the right is another mid-size with some extra wrap of tape underneath of it. Then below we get to the shafts. The one on the left is the Nippon Modus 3 Tour 130 shaft, And the other two are KBS 105 Tours. One in the middle is stiff, and the one on the right is extra stiff. And then we see the different clubs. These are from Orka, with the logo on it. And the one on the left has a red stripe to go with the red logo. The one in the middle has a black with a chrome ring on it, and then obviously the one on the right has a white logo, or I'm sorry, a white ferrule. And that's to kind of keep them separated and give them a more personal touch. And then we'll go back here and I'll show you what they look like on their side. This is one of the sets on its side, just so you could get a good look at the Orka label and the Second Guy Golf logos. They do an outstanding job. And if you take a really close look here, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it at all. And it goes in from the cavity backs with very little offset, forged club heads. So there's a forgiveness factor, yet a player's factor in it. And then you get into the wedges, which are mostly like the wedge, more of a blade style. Looks excellent. Nice white ferrules. Right up into the KBS shafts. And then our pure grips. And they basically all came out really, really, really good.